Welcome to the second part of the Quality Online Learning's e-learning course on quality management principles. Firstly, a quick thank you to the International Organization for Standardization for their permission to use text from its quality management principles in developing and delivering its e-learning materials. Quality Online Learning acknowledges that copyright in the text remains with the International Organization for Standardization. If there are any questions regarding the text, delegates should address any questions to the International Organization for Standardization as the copyright holder. Quality Online Learning will be pleased to help delegates with means of contacting the International Organization for Standardization or any national member standards body. Thanks. This document introduces 7 quality management principles. They underpin ISO 9000, ISO 9001 and related ISO quality management standards. Firstly, a little of the history of the QMPs. When ISO TC176 decided that ISO 9001 was to be reissued in 2000 as a complete restructure and a different approach to quality management, they decided they needed a technical committee working group to develop a set of underpinning principles for all the ISO 9000 family of standards, and brought together a group of technical experts to do just that. In 2012, TC176 again recognised that changes to the 2015 editions were going to be significant, and so they convened another working group to review and revise those quality management principles. The main change in the 2012 edition of the QMPs was that the number of principles went from 8 down to 7. Now these bullets are relatively self-explanatory. I'll run through each of them and describe how and why they are included as part of the QMPs. So the first one is a statement. So this is a short summary of the quality management principle without any further explanation on the principle. The second is the rationale, and this explains the reasons behind the quality management principle and some of the reasons as to why it is a principle that underpins the ISO 9000 family of standards. Thirdly, under key benefits, we look to see what organizations should achieve if they fall into line with the principles that the quality management principle outlines. There are no guarantees in this case, but they should be end results of following those principles. And fourthly, actions you can take are practical examples of areas that the QMP encourages organizations to look at. Now, not all of these will apply for every organization of every size and shape, but they are actions that are relevant to organizations today. On this slide, we just have a listing of the 7 quality management principles. I won't go into any detail here, but we will go through each of these principles in turn and explain what they say and how they may be implemented in organizations applying the principles of ISO 9001 to their quality management system. Our first quality management principle is customer focus. You'll note from the statement that the principle talks about the primary focus of quality management is to meet customer requirements and to strive to exceed customer expectations. Most organizations operating in their working environment have a series of other demands on their quality management system, including those of interested parties. But this principle, and it's probably the only true quality management principle, emphasizes the need to focus on customers and customer requirements. There is a quote from a management guru, Peter Drucker, that says, "The purpose of business is to create and keep a customer." And that neatly lines up with the principle of customer focus. In terms of the rationale, Organizations these days will not survive unless they focus on addressing and meeting customer requirements. And that's needed for sustained success, which is a foundation of ISO 9004. Customer focus, key benefits. These bullets are created from the ISO Quality Management Principles brochure. And just to explain these, if you continue to meet customer requirements and always aim for customer delight, then you should satisfy customers. They should remain loyal and they should keep coming back to you. Your reputation in the market should improve, leading to more customers coming to you and you becoming more successful in your chosen market. This becomes the key to sustained success and applies to all successful organizations. Customer focus, actions you can take. For true customer focus, your products and services need to be based around satisfying customer requirements. And that means customer focus being at all stages of the organization's processes. By monitoring customer satisfaction, you will be getting feedback on how effective all your activities are. You need to take action based on this monitoring. You need to be aware of how any others in the supply network can impact on your customer satisfaction. By actively engaging with customers, you will ensure that all of the above activities continue to be effective. So if all those successes are available to you, then what do you have to do to get it? Firstly, you have to identify who your customers are. Sometimes it's not that simple. It's easy if customers buy products and services direct, but what if you are in the supply network? What if you are a not-for-profit or in the public sector? And having determined who your customers are, you need to look at what it is they want from you, both now and in the future. Part of your organization's strategy needs to be around meeting customer needs and expectations. To deliver against this strategy, you need to ensure people in your organization understand the customer needs and expectations. For true customer focus, your products and services need to be based around satisfying customer requirements. And that means customer focus being at all stages of the organization's processes. By monitoring customer satisfaction, you will be getting feedback on how effective all your activities are. You need to take action based on this monitoring. You need to be aware of how any others in the supply network can impact on customer satisfaction. By actively engaging with customers, you will ensure all of the above activities continue to be effective. Leadership. As with all strategies and operations, quality relies on leadership support. Note the point in the statement about leaders at all levels. Leadership aligns people's efforts in meeting the organization's objectives. It isn't the traditional top management, but the opinion formers throughout the organization that do this. Effective leadership ensures all the people in the organization are pulling in the same direction, working towards a common goal. Leadership key benefits. This is another should slide. If everyone is following an effective lead, you will be operating more effectively and efficiently. The organization is more aligned and people are more aware of what they need to do to meet customer requirements. The organization, through its people, will use feedback to improve and better deliver against those customer requirements. Leadership, actions you can take. The way the organization leaders demonstrate leadership is through setting examples and communicating expectations. And that is where the quality management system comes in. As part of setting an example, leaders need to act as role models, and all of this will build an organization culture that the organization can be proud of. Leadership, further actions you can take. All employees need to be committed to quality and leaders must support this. They need to encourage role models to create good examples of how quality benefits customers and us. Leaders can also be seen to ensure people have the tools they need to do a good job. Charismatic leaders should help others demonstrate their own commitment to quality. QMP3, engagement of people. Competence, empowerment, and engagement are three separate but linked aspects about how people contribute effectively at work. Treating people well, involving them in their work, ensuring they are able and capable helps ensure they contribute to working effectively. Engagement of people, key benefits. Another couple of should slides here. When people understand what the organization is trying to achieve, they are more committed to achieving these things. If people are engaged, they look to improve their own workplace and processes they operate in. Engaged people are more keen on self-development and offering improvement ideas. Engaged employees tend to be happier at work. They work better with others and help each other out. They help reinforce the organization's culture and ensure it remains positive. Engagement of people, actions you can take. In order to get people engaged at their workplace, you need to help them understand how important they are to the organization's processes and to satisfying customer requirements. You can improve engagement by encouraging people to work together and to help one another. You can help people engage by encouraging communications throughout the organization. Engagement of people, further actions you can take. You can give people the authority to improve their own workplaces and processes they operate in. You can give them the recognition they deserve for their engagement, as well as their own or system improvements. You can help people to review how well they are doing and their improvements they have made. You can ask people how they feel and be seen to take action on any areas of dissatisfaction. QMP4, the process approach. The process approach is about consistency of delivery and managing activities within a process and within a system as a whole. All processes affect other processes in the system. It is only through deep understanding of processes that we can manage and deliver product and service quality. Hopefully you've already had a look at our first module on the process approach. Here we are just going to reinforce some of the key benefits and some of the actions you can take to meet a process approach. Process approach, key benefits. A deep understanding of your organization's processes helps you to focus on the important aspects of what you do. By ensuring your processes and your people work together, you improve efficiency. You can reduce departmental silos and internal politics and prevent them getting in the way of doing a good job. Operating processes using a process approach means you satisfy customers and build their confidence. Process approach, actions you can take. Firstly, you need to be clear about your organization's purpose and how your processes contribute to achieving that purpose. You need good ownership of processes, activities and tasks so that they get done efficiently. You need to be aware of the potential and the limitations of the organization. You must understand what effects you will get if you make process changes. They can result in good or bad effects. Process approach, further actions you can take. You need to be clear about your process inputs, outputs, resources and controls to ensure they operate as intended. All processes require information to operate, documented or undocumented. The same applies to performance information, which you need to assess, analyze, and improve processes. You need to understand process risks. What can go wrong and how it will affect the process and the outcomes. QMP5 improvement. There is a saying, if you stand still, you go backwards. In our fast-paced world, known and unknown competitors are targeting our customers. We need to continually improve to stay relevant. Improvement, key benefits. If we improve, our processes improve, the organization becomes better, and our customers become happier. By truly fixing problems, we understand our organization, our people, and our processes better. With a focus on improvement, we are better able to identify risks and opportunities when we see them. Improvement, further key benefits. We can improve with a mixture of day-to-day small changes, the Japanese Kaizen, if you like, or through improvement projects or large organization-wide programs. Using our people and getting them involved in improvement helps us to get better at getting better. The more you improve and the more you see those benefits, the more you look to improve. Improvement, actions you can take. You need to give people throughout the organization responsibility for improvement. You need to train people, give them the tools and techniques to make improvement in their area of work. You need to ensure people can understand improvement in their area and that they're capable. You need to be systematic about identifying improvement opportunities and manage them until they're delivered. Improvement, further actions you can take. Using a framework, you can manage a program of improvements throughout the organization. Take any improvement knowledge back into the design of processes, products, and services. Give people credit for their involvement in and leading of improvement projects. QMP6, evidence-based decision making. People make better informed decisions if they use the facts at hand. Making decisions in a fast-moving world is difficult. We are often swamped with information. If we can get to the heart of an issue, our decisions are more likely to be good ones. Evidence-based decision making, key benefits. If we use the information available, we should make better decisions. We should be able to quickly see if our processes are working well and if customer expectations will be met. Better decisions make our organizations better. There is less waste. Better information allows us to change course if things aren't going to plan. We can better show that decisions made before have led to results that we expected. Evidence-based decision making, actions you can take. We need to put in place measures that will give us reliable evidence of performance. We need to ensure the right people have access to this information to be able to take action. We need systems in place to ensure the information we use is accurate and can be relied on. Evidence-based decision making, further actions you can take. We need to have people and processes in place to capture and analyze data to create useful information. Our people need to be capable of analyzing data and of understanding what the data is telling them. People using data need to understand its use and limitation and how it can help them make better choices. QMP7, relationship management. All of us in our organizations exist in a series of networks. How we get on depends on the relationships we build. Organizations are influenced by, affect, and are affected by a series of stakeholders. How we manage these needs and wants defines how successful we are in the future. Relationship management, key benefits. If we respond to the needs of all relevant stakeholders, we will tend to perform better in our working environment. A better understanding of what each party needs and wants helps us all work better together. By working together, we are more likely to ensure that all parties are successful. If we work together, there is less likelihood of disruption in the supply chain. Relationship management. Actions you can take. We need to look inside and outside our organisation and identify relevant interested parties. We should identify which goals, sometimes shared, that we can and should look to influence. We should always ensure we consider long-term as well as short-term needs when dealing with stakeholders. We can work with other stakeholders on common projects, sometimes collaborating on projects of mutual interest. Relationship management, further actions you can take. When working together, we should have shared goals and performance measures, and together use the resulting performance information. Continuing the collaboration theme, we should establish joint projects, plans and processes, including for performance improvement. We also need to recognise our partners' efforts. Summary. Hopefully this module has given you some insight into the 7 quality management principles: customer focus, leadership, engagement of people, process approach, improvement, evidence-based decision-making, relationship management. Separately and together, the 7 QMP, or the Magnificent 7 as I call them, underpin all of the ISO 9000 family of standards. They summarise good practice, and they are hopefully written all the way through ISO 9001, the requirements-based standards. Thank you very much for listening to this module. I wish you good luck in the test that underpins this module.